So, okay, so where to start the first is, so we have covered Scala, okay, and for this part, actually, we are learning Scala and Python for Spark, okay. Python we can use for the other purpose also. So we can do Python for the validation scripts. We can write for validation row count from the RDMS database, and we can do in the files the validation. So we can use Python for multiple purpose. But first we are going to learn Python for Spark. So we need to understand the Python fundamentals, right? So if I say as a programming, so Python is a programming language, so we need to understand from the basics like scratch. So Python's uh, core fundamentals, right? So if I say the operators, right, data types, okay, loops are there, okay, and conditional statement. Okay. Next thing comes the functions, right? Very important, right? We write the functions. There are different types of categories of the functions, and Python has the object-oriented programming, right? So object-oriented programming, again, like whatever concept we have seen in Scala, right? Programming, object-oriented programming, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. So these concepts are there also in the Python as well, polymorphism. Okay. And next is functional programming. Functional programming is very important because we most of the times we're using the functional programming. So functional programming, when we're talking about the lambda comes in picture. Okay. So we are the lambda. Okay. And there are other features also. There are streams, and those are the functional programming features. Okay. Next, once we cover this, we have the collections. Collections, there are different types of categories of the collections are there. List collections, that these are the most primarily used collections. And list set dictionary is a key value pair because here is no map. Okay, here is instead of map, there is a dictionary. Dictionary and a tuple. So tuple is immutable collection data type um, in Python. Okay. After that, we have file handling and exception handling. So file handling, exception handling. So these are all same building blocks when we talk about any programming. Um, like we are going to learn the code programming, so we have to understand. Okay. So we will follow the W3 school. So I found that is a good tutorial. But not only this is sufficient, we have to we have to do practice a lot of programming examples, right? Because whenever we are like attending any question, right? So we have to understand logic. We have to understand how to write logic, right? Logic is important. If you understand logic, you can write in any programming language, right? Whether it's a Java, C, C++. So only you have to you should know the syntax. Then you understand that how to write syntax. Then you can write any logic, any programming. Okay. So that part we need to develop and understand how to write programming logic. Okay. So take some small problem. I'm not saying you start from the very tough use cases. So like if you are doing the collections, the collections has a lot of examples, right? Like if I say like I have an array, yeah, list I'm saying. So I have a various examples of the list programs are there, right? I have duplicate values in the list are there. So I want to make it unique values in the list, or I want to do frequency count. I say one is coming one time, one is coming one time, two is coming two times. So this is the frequency count, right? We have to use dictionary here. Okay. Such kind of problems we can do. Okay, or I want to find the total number of elements I want to find, or I want to remove the duplicate element to remove, and I want to or some other use cases, I can say, um, like some this kind of string is there. So we are getting some string value, and then I want to do the frequencies I have to do, right? Suppose my string is, I'm telling you this kind of examples are coming, so we need to prepare. So if this kind of a string is there, so how we can write it? So I have to do compression of the string. So I can say compression of the string is, so all the duplicate is elements I have to remove. Or I can do the frequency count, I can do like this, like this. Okay, again A is coming. So if A is again coming, so it should A. So there are the various this kind of use cases example. So you can start. Okay. So for starting the Python, right? So we have to start from the very scratch, right? When we are writing, so indentation we need to understand. Okay, and Python is not only used for the web server programming, software development. Python can be used anywhere, right? Like machine learning, data science can be used. It can be used for the web scraping, right? Uh, and it can be used in the mathematics. There is SciPy, NumPy. Those are the libraries. So Python is a very rich set of libraries. Right? If we compare any other programming, it doesn't have any other programming doesn't have the that much of rich set of libraries the Python has. So Python can have for every like a programming every different types of libraries are there, and depending on the use case we can import that library and we can use in our code, right? Even if you want to connect to the databases, right? So suppose I say I have example, I want to connect different databases like SQL database, NoSQL database. So SQL databases, I say MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, Oracle, or I can say some NoSQL database, like Mongo, Cassandra. So it has the connectors are there. There are the Python connectors. So Python connectors, this Python connectors, you have to pip install, we have to install this connector libraries. So all are not default is there. Sometimes we have to install. So pip command is for install any package. Okay, pip command is used. So we should have installed Python in our machine, and pip also we have installed in our machine. So whenever we want new library, we can use pip install MySQL or pip install. I can say I want to use Postgres. Okay. Some library name will be there. Maybe I'm not able to write it. Just but it's there. So database related, some libraries are the serialization, deserialization. So pickling and depickling is the library. Serialization and deserialization. So sometimes my requirement is I want to serialize the data and deserialize the data on the other hand. So pickling and unpickling. Unpickling or depickling. Library is there. So this way you can find different libraries and you can use those import statement, and then you can first you need to install the package and then you can use. Okay, so how to start it, right? So first the Python, everyone should install the Python, and you can check the Python version by Python version command, and then you can find what version you have installed Python. So you try to do Python 3.10, because even 3.8 version is also, you can install any version, but Python 3.10, I think the cloud AWS we are using, so there is no support of 3.8 support also not there. 3.9, 3.10, 3.11 you can use. So try to install this version. Okay. So Python syntax, right? Okay, so this is like indentation is very much important, because Python syntax there is no basis, because we have seen in Scala, Java, we have braces, right? Whenever we writing a if condition, when I'm writing this if condition, so if I'm not having a proper indentation, right, so my code will not compile. Okay. So whenever I say, So I will get an error, right? Indent error. The intended block, the expected indentation error. So it means like whenever after if condition for you find the while condition, or not only conditions, I'm saying like if you're writing a function also, so we have to start colon ending of the that conditional statement or any function. So after colon we have to four character space should be there. So one is fine, two is fine, three is fine. Okay, so all are fine. Okay. But we should have some space. Okay. So even I giving a one character space, that is fine. Okay. If I'm giving more than one character space, that is not also giving a problem. The issue is we should have some space should be there, some indentation should be there. That's the purpose. Okay. So then only your code will work, otherwise the code will not work in type. So sometimes this condition is there. So everything is the braces. Instead of braces here, the indentation plays a major role, right? How your code will be identified, what is the where this code lies. Okay, if I say in this condition statement, so here is completely wrong because if I say this particular statement is a part of this condition, so it should be start in the same indent. Okay, then only it will come in the same condition. It will come in the same condition. Okay. So if I see now the both the condition statement is printed, but when I make it different indentation, so it is giving the error. Okay. If I say this this second statement is not part of this one, so I should make it from the beginning. I should make it. I should make it in the beginning. So this statement again it will be printing, but after the condition it will print. It will not be a part of condition because when the condition will finish, again it will print. So output is coming same only, right? But the difference is the previously when you giving indentation here, it is a part of function, right? When the function is running, then only choose those two print statement coming. But here is if condition wrong, so if condition is wrong, so now this time only one will come because the why first one will not come because condition will not match for the first one. Okay, but the earlier use case if condition is wrong, both will not come because both are the part of same if condition. Now you see, so only one will come because the second one. How can we say this is the first or second one? So I say this is second. Okay. So if I say this should be wherever your condition, where your set of statement are finished, so you should start from the beginning. Okay. So that's a way of writing the code in Python. Okay. So this way we write the code. Okay. So this we have to, this all are the syntax error. So we should define the proper way, right? So this is the correct one. If we have more than one statement, so we need to define its placement, where it's a right placement, whether it's in the placement in the same block, if condition block, or it should be outside the if condition. So second statement, the first statement should be also should be correct place because based on the condition, right? So it should be coming with the some indentation. And the second statement also need to be defined whether it's in the part of the same function block or it should be outside the function. When we are going to write a comment, so very simple, right? We can have a single line comment, multi-line comment. So single line comment, we can use the hash sign. So it will comment the entire line. Sometimes I want to write a comment at the end of the line, right? Suppose I want to write something for this particular line. I want to write some comment. Then I should use the comment. Then I should start at the end of the line. Then I can start the comment. Or sometimes I want to say I want to write multi-line comment. So there is no slash star something is there like a Java, but there is a way like you can use triple double quote or triple single quote. So it will become like string literal. It will become like a constant or it will become like string letters, and then it will not be executed. Okay. So as it is, it will take it as a non-executable statement. Okay. So either you can use triple quote, triple double quote, or single triple single quote. Okay, for multi-line commit. So it is an easy way you can write it. Otherwise, if you don't want to use this one, you have to put hash all the 3 lines. So that is all. Now we come to the variables. So when we come to the variables, so the first thing is like how to create variables, like how to assign the value to the variable. So we can assign the value. So it is a type inference, right? Python is a type inference language. Type inference is like automatically detect your type based on the value assigned. Okay, if you have assigned the value number, so it is the integer value. If you assign the double value, right? If you say here 5.0, so this value is, if you check the type of X, so you can check the type. Type function is there. Type function tells what is the type. So this is a float value. Okay, if it is, if you apply the type here, you will find this is a string type. str will type is a str. So you can check the type by using that type. Okay. So you see that whenever I'm assigning, now I'm giving, I change the value here. I say now y is 4.6. Okay. Again, I print the type of y. So initially I assigned the string value, and now I overwrite the value with the float value. So you can see the type is changed. Okay. So the variable, the type will be changed when the current, the value is assigned based on that the type becomes. Okay. So here is the type is coming. Okay. The type function is giving us to what type of value is stored in this. Okay. So casting is there. Suppose sometimes you say you have an integer value, but you want to use it as a string type, because, or sometimes you have a string value, but that value is a number, but you want to use it as number. Okay, suppose I say I have one str one, and I want to do some calculation. Okay, suppose I have a value 4. Okay, so I'm having a value 4, and I have another string 2. I have a value 5. Okay, and I want to do calculation on this. When I do str3 and I do plus operation on this, so what will happen? Here plus operation is, it will be doing concatenation. Okay, because both are the string type. Okay, so when I print str3, so I will get it. It's a concatenation, like two strings I have concatenated. So 45 is coming. Okay, but I want to do the same plus here as the arithmetic operation. So if the values are number, then it will be the values are the number, then it will be doing arithmetic operation. So we will take I capital. Since I is involved in Python. It's a confusion of like a different programming language, right? Because in Scala we use I capital, in Java we use I small int. So now the calculation is coming 9. Okay? So this is basically the casting. So casting is very important. Sometimes I want to type in casting into the other different data type. So I can use the that particular data type and then pass the value. It will type that. Okay. So this is a type, right? I can check, right? And if two values are like this, these two values are not same. Right? So one is this and one is this, right? So both are not same, but both are different string values. Okay. case. Okay, so variable names, how to define the variable name? So variable names are, these all are the correct variable name. We don't have space in the two word. We should have a single word, or we should have the multiple words are there. We can take like all other small case. There are the different types of cases are there. Camel case, okay, where the variable is starting first letter is first word letter is a small and then capital is the conjugative word. And Pascal case is the um, all first letter of the word should be capital and it is the underscore. Okay, so any case is fine, but here these should not be allowed. The number should not be starting letter, hyphen should not be allowed, or space should not allow, because space is giving a misunderstood, right? Which one is a variable, right? So here the two words are there. Okay? So either these two words should be concatenated by space, or it should be any different way we can concat. Okay? So we need to define the variable. Okay, so how to define multiple values? So when I'm just having three different values, so we can like this, it can take it the value integer value. Okay? So one value to multiple, right? So we can do the equal sign and then we can give the value. Or unpacking the collections, right? We can have a list and we can get the values back from the collection items to the variables. So we can do the unpacking, okay? For any collection items. Okay, this is a list collection. Same like we can do for the set, tuple, for this we can do. Okay. Output variable, like suppose I have some variables and I want to print it. So if I write like x, y, z, three variables are there, I want to print it, I can do comma separate. If one variable is there, I can write in the bracket. Okay, if I do here, this one will make it concatenation. Okay, right? I already told about like if it is a number value, it will be green. But you cannot do this. You cannot do this, right? Because if the one value is variable number and one is string, you cannot do the concatenation. Okay. So here, if you want to do concatenation to make it, this should be cast to the str, then it will allow to add file before jump. Okay. And like this you want to do. Okay. Or if both are the number, then only you can do the plus operation, or you have to make it same type, then only you can do the operation. Global variable. So global variable is, these are the different types of categories of variable: local variable, global variable, right? So global variable is the variable which you define before the function you can use across the function. So when you define the variable x, and you can use in each and every function, you can use it. You don't need to redeclare it, okay? But suppose in your function itself having some variable, okay, and with the same name. If you are defining the different name, it will be destroyed because functions variables are creating on the stack. So stack is last in first out. Whatever items you are putting in the stack, it will coming out first, and it will be till the function is there. It will be there. After the function is finished, then your stack will be finished. So when I say any global variable and the same name I keeping it, so local variable has higher precedence on global variable value. Okay. So if I'm saying awesome here and fantastic here, so it will print here. Within a function, it will print the local value, and outside the function, it will print the global value. Okay, so that is the difference. You can see here. Okay. So sometimes, right, you can say, okay, I want to define my one global variable in the function. Okay, and you are assigning some value. So if you are creating a global variable, so this value will be remain outside also. So if you see here outside the function also you are printing, it will be there because you created as a global. So this will not be creating on the stack. It will not be creating in the stack. So it will be, even though after your function is finished, so this value will remain there. So sometimes you want to make it some value global and you want to create the value from the function. So you can write like this. So depending on the use case requirement, you can use it, right, wherever, right, what type of value. Okay. So still you can see you have defined some global value on the outside, but it still is not taking because the value is overridden. So once the value is overridden by local function global variable, so that this value will be used even outside of. Okay. So that's the difference between the local and global. Okay. Now next comes to the data type. So there the different data types are there. So the categories of the data types are divided into various categories. So text type we have str, string type, numeric is we have int, float, and complex. Okay. So int for the whole number, float is the decimal values, and complex for we have imaginary numbers we call complex numbers, right? Okay. So that is a different form, generally mathematical form. Here we use this complex. Sequence type is collection items, right? So list, tuple, range. And mapping type is a key value pair dictionary. Set type is like set and frozen set. Okay, frozen set, once it is created, it will not be changed. That is a frozen set. And set is a unique element, but it is unordered. Okay. So what is unordered and ordered? Ordered collection is in whatever order you are inserting data, in the same order you will receive the data. You will get the data. So that is basically list. List is the ordered element. The set is unordered. So Boolean type is a bool, right? You can define the value 0, 1, right? Boolean type and other binary types are there. And none type is a null. So whenever we say null, so here in the Python, the null type is given as a none type. Okay. So null values type is defined as a none type. So initially you want to say, okay, I don't have any value assigned to my variable. I want to assign as a null value none type. Okay, I can assign it. Okay. So none type is there. These are the examples of the type. You can see here list we define in the square bracket, tuple we define in the round bracket, and dictionary in the key value pair, but it is in the brace. So here is the difference between the dictionary and set. Like set elements you are defining in the braces, and dictionary element you are defining as key value pair. Frozen set is same like okay, you are defining. Boolean you can define true, false, or these are all values that you are defining. Okay, when we come to number, right? So number like 3 are there. So we can define the values like this, and then we want to check the type, we can check the type. Okay, integer, float, okay. So like this decimal values we can define. Or if we have some exponential values or like this. So here is the float value showing, but this is the exponential value, right? Like decimal values we can define with the exponential. Complex number is I and j, because the first value is considered as a first. So sometimes we don't have imaginary, so we have only j, like this complex number. Casting we already seen. So different variable type casting is there. If I want to make it variable as an int type, I will pass the value in int function, or we can pass the function float, so it will become that particular type. So string, when I'm working with the string, so string is defined multiple ways, right? The single value, right? I'm defining a string. A multi-line string I can define by using the triple quote. The triple quote in both the sides, you can define as it is the string, you can print the string as it is. If you make it single quote 3 times, so it will be same. So single quote 3 times. So it will create a string. So you can see here, you can create, you can see here the string is coming multi-line. So same thing, whatever I do. So strings are arrays. Like if I say, like if I consider a string, so every element is an index, right? If I say starting with the index is 0, so I say A1, right? So A1 is my key. Okay. So that is the first, that is the one position after zero. Okay, so I can pick up element, and if I want to iterate all the elements, very simple, like I can do for ch in a, and then I can print ch. When I do print ch, every character will be print. So here is you can access any individual character, right? So you can take it, or you can take it all the characters you want to print. So you can do the like for loop to it here. So we can do looping through, right? This one, like suppose the string is there, looping it, right? Length function is the getting the length. So this length function you can use like any type of collections also, right? Not only string, you can use for list set. So you can get the number of elements or size of the collection you can find by the length function. To check the string whether it's a membership is called, right? Whether one string is present in the another string. So in operator we use, in class we use, right? In keyword we use, so that we can get like whether the this particular string is there inside this string. If I say this string is not there inside that string, okay, so that is giving false. But when I give like free in txt, so I'm getting the string is there. How many times is there? Like we can write a for loop and we can do the counter, then we can check. Suppose I want to check one more time, free keyword is there. So I want to check the counter, so I can start from equal to zero for loop. I can iterate the entire string, and then if condition I check, or this operator I can check, right? So I want to find the count for the three, right? So I can check three in txt. Okay. If it is there, then I will make it equal to count plus one. And after the for loop, I can think I can say here so I have this is the first string, second one whatever. So I can put it at double code also. So I can so while one here. So I'm taking here like for each word. So instead of txt, okay, instead of this one, I could just check the each word I'm taking it here x. So I will check whether the word is matching with x. X is equal We'll check with 3. I want to check with my X. Then only I will, yeah, I will implement the function. Now it's coming. Before first of all, it is coming in this condition only. It is not coming inside the condition. So here it is. Okay, so what would be the problem in this? Interesting. Okay, that's the problem. Because we are iterating the string, right? So it is, we are not, we have to use it. Anyone understood this one? Because we have to convert into the array. Yes, because when we are doing, it is taking one character. So each character will never match with the string because each character is not this string. It's, that is the reason it should not be matching. So we should use a split function to convert into array. We will get these all word in an array. Then we will make one word. Okay, so while we are iterating, we just see that right when we are iterating the word, right, when we are the string, we see here like when we are iterating the for loop. So for loop we are iterating, so we will get the single character, and we want to have to call the split, and the split will be now we are getting the one because last time the value was not incrementing. This counter is not incrementing because I was just doing this. Whenever I'm doing this, so it will not be taking as one single word. It will take a single character. This character will not match with the each word. The different. So that is the reason we have to use the split. So split will so either you pass it double code string or you can do or that is understood. So it's a space character that will split the string into the list and then you can. Okay, so next thing is slicing. The slicing is when we have positions like I want to take the elements in the range, so I use the slice. So the slicing is basically when I say starting from the zero, and it will be always giving you the number of elements. The minus will be right. To say this 5 - 2 3 elements you will get. But what will be the position of the starting and ending? So this is the starting position. This is the ending position. So it will start from second until one less than position. One less than is 4. So 0, 1, 2, start from here, 2, 3, 4. Three elements are coming. So this is slicing. If you don't give this one, it will take the entire till end of the string. Okay. So that is the one thing. So this way. So this slicing is a range, right? We have to define the two positions, like start and end position. So sometimes if I'm not giving starting position, it will take from the beginning. If I'm not giving end position, it will be taking till end. Okay. If I'm giving a minus, right? So minus is starting from the end. If I'm giving the -5, then -2. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, so O is a starting one till -2. Where is the -2? -2 is -1, -2. These three letters are from OR. Okay. So this way we can take the from the back. Okay. And if I want to modify a string, so there are the couple of functions are there, upper, lower, right? If you want to remove the white space character, so the strip is there. Okay. So instead of using trim, you can use this strip function that will remove the trailing and the leading space. Okay, so you can remove those spaces. If you want to replace any specific character, you can use the replace function. A split function. So if you have a string is other delimited character, so you can use the delimited character. If you don't give the delimited character, you will give the space. So it will be giving you the space with the so your string is divided into the two. words. One is hello comma, and second one is a word exclamation. So one space is separation character. You can use, or if you don't give anything, that is also fine. We are seeing the okay, so that is also taken. Okay. The two strings it will be divided. Okay. So there are the other concatenation you can do. You have already seen this. Like if I want to do some other string we want to append, right? So we can do concatenation using the plus operator. Format string that I just now I showed to you. Like you have a multiple values you want to place in your string, you can use the format. So here is only one braces is there, and it will place the value. Okay, or you can if you have multiple values, you can define the position, and based on the position that value will be placed. The first one will be placed in the first value, and the second one second, like that. Or if you have not a sequence order, suppose you say you want to define the number, so two you are saying, so it will take price first, then zero for first quantity, and then one is the second item. So like this, you can define the positions and then index number. Okay. So, okay. Escape character, suppose sometimes your string you want double quote string. Slash you have to give. Slash double quote will print the double quote additive. Okay, and some other escape characters you can use. Right. So you have to use slash. Slash sign you have to use. And other string methods, these all string methods you can check, like index. You want to find the index position of your letter. Okay, you can check the search anything in the and get the written position you can get. So how to use index? Just give the word which you want to get the index, so you can get the index for. And there are the other functions you can try whether the value is a digit type, whether value is a lowercase, is numeric, is printable. So there are these are the functions are there in the string. So you can see of this function. Boolean types. So Boolean types like you can compare the values, right? So if condition is true or not, so you print either true or false. Okay, depending on the conditions. So where two places the condition is not matching, one is no. Okay, so any value is a positive value, whether it's a string in this boolean will be true, right? It will give the true. If the value is a zero or empty space, that will be false. So that is how to it will. Suppose I say here empty space value, and or if I say the value is a zero, it should be giving a false. So non-negative non empty space character value is the true. Operators, different types of pedigree operator, arithmetic assignment, comparison, logical operator, identity operator, membership operator. Yeah, so arithmetic operators we going to use all arithmetic operators like plus, minus, or this signs. And some assignment operators are there. When I want to write x equal to x plus 1 or x multiply, so I can write this way. It's a shorthand. This is a shorthand way to write the. Okay. So these operators have the some precedence rules is there, right? We already know the BODMAS rule, right? So we have to calculate the value based on the precedence, right? If the same type of operator is there. Okay, so if we have all of the arithmetic operators, so then we have to use the precedence. The precedence is like this is the given the bracket is a higher percent, then this is exponential is there. Okay, then multiply division is the same. And if the same type is there, then it's left to right. Left to right it goes. Then therefore we evaluate the expression from left to right. Suppose plus minus is there. So how we start our calculation? So we start from the left to right. So 5 plus 4, 9, 9 minus 7, 2, and 2 plus 3, 4. So this way we will do. If multiply is coming here, so this multiply will happen first. So 7 to multiply 3, 21. But then it will start from left to right, because then it will be a plus and minus both are the same precedence. So based on the precedence, we can use the operator. Okay, so other operators are identity operator, which is checking whether X value is Y or not, X is not or Y. So this is checking like two variables are the same or not. In operator, not in operator, we if we want to check something is present or not, so we can check in or not. Okay, logical operator like condition in the conditional statement when we have two condition values, so we have to check both are true, then only my statement will be true. If one of them is true, then also is true if I'm using OR operator. Not is reverse of the, so if it is returning true, the not will become make it false. We can use that. Comparison operator, like we want to compare the two numeric values, we use only on numeric values, like some integer values. Some numeric values, we use the calculations, we can use this comparison operator and assignment operator or numerical. So tomorrow we'll do the other concepts like list collections. So this is mostly collections and conditions. So you can also practice, okay, like loop functions, array. Okay. Thanks everyone.
Seven.